Hey guys, welcome back. Before we get started, I just want to, thank you guys for, sticking around. I'm pretty, I'm pretty sure we have it now. Um, So, yeah, without further ado, as you can tell by the title of today's video, we are going to be talking about why you will probably never want to get on an elevator again. Now, I hate elevators. First of all, I'm severely claustrophobic. Second of all, one of my biggest other fears is getting stuck in an elevator. And then my third is, it elevator die. But let's get into the story. There was a 19-year-old Korean girl named Haruko. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Who was attending university in a large city. One night, she had to stay late in the library to finish a project, and it was almost dark by the time she returned home. Haruko lived on the 14th floor of an old apartment building. She stood in the entrance and pressed the button to call the elevator. She always hated coming home alone so late in the evening. It just didn't feel safe. When the elevator came, she stepped inside and pushed the button for her floor. Just as the doors were about to close, a handsome man came running up. The man was out of breath and put out his hand to stop the doors closing. Then he stepped into the elevator and stood beside her. "You live on the 14th floor?" he asked, seeing the button lit up. "Yes," replied Hiroko. "Oh," said the man, smiling. "I live on the 13th." As the elevator ascended, he pressed the button for 13. Though the windows in the elevator through the windows in the elevator door, Haruko watched the floors go by as they both stood in silence. Okay, first of all, another thing. I don't want to see anything. No no elevator windows. No elevator windows for me. No, thank you. She stole a few glances at the man. He certainly was handsome. She wondered if he would ever be interested in dating her. When he happened to look at her, she batted her eyelids and smiled sweetly at him. Just then, the elevator stopped at the 13th floor. The doors opened and the man stepped out. "See you later," he said. "Yes, see you," replied Haruko. As the doors of the elevator were closing behind him, the man suddenly turned around, pulled a sharp knife out of his jacket, and said in a menacing voice, "Upstairs." Then, laughing like a maniac, he ran towards the staircase. The girl was terrified, but before she could do a thing, the door shut and the elevator began to ascend. She began to panic. Desperately, she hammered the buttons with her fist, trying to get the elevator to stop, but it was no use. When it reached the 14th floor and the doors opened, the man with the knife was already standing there, waiting for her. In Korea, people say that this is a true story. The girl was found dead, stabbed to death in the elevator. People say that the worst part was not her death itself, but rather the sheer horror she experienced in between those two floors when she was trapped in the elevator and knew she was going to die. They claim that this is the reason that all elevators now have a stop button. And that is how that story ends, and probably why I would never, ever, ever, ever get on an elevator again. Would you get on an elevator again? I hate those places that are like, no, you can't take the stairs. You gotta take the elevator. We use the elevator. I'm like, no, bitch. We're taking the stairs. We're taking the stairs. Especially after just the sheer not wanting to, get stuck in an elevator and die. After hearing this story, not only do I have to worry about my claustrophobia, getting stuck in the elevator, or me plummeting to my death, I now have to worry about a guy getting in and playing playing murder tag with me. So that's great. That's just great. Subscribe.